All right. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Here Today, Where Tomorrow. I am your host, Rob. Welcome in. Today's going to be a little bit of a different style today. Last week, if you tuned in, I had my great friend, Patrick from PMB's Wide World of Ports, who's here in the chat. Hey, bud. Today, I'm going to fly solo. We might have Madison and Mommy pop in. They are currently snuggled up in bed watching a movie, and we cannot interrupt that. Absolutely cannot interrupt that greatness. So we are going to jump right into a few things. I did want to talk a little bit more about the Vlogger Extravaganza, just because I just finished my series today. The final video went up for my series. And I know that I would say a lot of the main vloggers were probably in like the second or third day. I've seen a lot of Costa Maya lately. So everyone's really getting them out. I think I think that it's been really, really good. I didn't know you were here, Becca. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were here. I just thought Patrick was here. You have pretty eyes. I swear you have pretty eyes. Anyways, yeah, no, Madison will definitely be here in a little bit. It was funny, we were talking about trying to set up here and having like all the family here at the dining room table, and we were all laughing because Madison just likes to climb all over the place. Well, this is my seat here. Madison sits right here, and Katie sits over here because it's kind of like a 3-person dinette. And I'm kind of in Madison's spot here, trying to like get this set up in the corner ish. And she's like, "That's my seat." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but I'm gonna be like here, and then you'll come and go." And she's like, "But that's my chair." And I'm like, "Okay, listen, technically it's my chair because I paid for it. It's all my chair, but that's okay." Hey, cruising with the Kolazars. Greetings from the great ice storm of 2023. Yeah, I don't know what that's like. It's hot here in Florida. Central Florida is quite warm. I was wearing the shortest of shorts I could find today because it's just absolutely hot. I was doing some stuff out in the yard today, working on organization in the pass-through storage, and boy, it was the squelcher. Yeah, Blaine, same here in South Carolina. Gonna be 87 tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're kind of at the end of winter in Florida, at least. Were they the hot pants? Yeah, they're the hot pants. Yes, Colazars. Yes, Mark and Nate. If you guys have never seen Cruising with the Colazars, they used to be the Frugal Cruisers. At a whole snafu with their channel and stuff, they decided to rebrand. Cruising with the Colazars. They've come back really strong. Super happy for them. I think they just hit over 4,000 subscribers. They're killing the game right now. So it's good to see them. I haven't heard much from them in a little bit. They're becoming too popular to hang out with little old Rob now. No, that's a joke. Pollen is horrible already. I have not dealt with any pollen. I'm highly allergic to like heavy oak pollen, so I haven't experienced that down here yet. We're supposed to be going up to my parents to see them let's see. I think that's the end of March. We're going to be heading up to North Georgia to go hang out with them for a little bit. Um, yeah, we'll actually be on the celebration this weekend. I am stoked. Yes, dominatrix. They are definitely dominatrix. I've seen it. I know. I've seen what they do on cruise ships. That upside down pineapple. Don't let it deceive you. They say it's just for looks and a conversation starter, but I've heard things. Anyways, yeah. So hopefully, my parents. I was just talking to them yesterday. They were saying that they were just walking outside and it was snowing. So totally, totally stoked for that. Yeah, true. Do you guys have any do you have a like person that comes out and cleans your rig? The campground that we're at, which we are owners at this campground here, they do not like they kind of let it happen sometimes, but they don't like people washing their cars or their RVs using the campground water just because it takes up so much water pressure and it's such a long time cleaning a 40-foot fifth wheel. Do you guys have somebody? We've actually found yesterday, no, last week they had this guy over here. He's got a big, like a 45-foot toy hauler. He's got two Harleys that he rides around. He actually had a company that came out and did a whole, professional detailing on his rig and his truck and stuff. And so I stole the number off the side of their trailer so that we could maybe do it. Stay on our 10 acres to watch if we need it. True. Okay. Yeah. No, please do. Yeah. Stay on our 10 acres. 10 acres. Nice. That is sweet. Katie and I were talking yesterday, and she's like, "What would it take? Like, what do you really want? Like, when we move to Tennessee?" And she's like, "I want more than 10 acres, but like less than 100." And she's just like, "Absolutely not. There's no way that we could afford." And I was like, "Look, I've heard some things. OnlyFans, Feet Finders, they're looking for models, and I got some cute toes, so we will definitely see." I wish you guys were coming on this cruise with us. This celebration is going to be dope. I have not been on an XL class ship yet, so super excited for that. And yes, we will absolutely give Tootie at the Java Blue Cafe some love. Definitely. I know that you guys have seen her on multiple occasions. So we are definitely going to have to say hey to her. There's something that we use that our friends from Changing Lanes use. No water needed, so RV parks are okay with it. Wow, that sounds like quite the deal. You've sold me already. Are you a salesman for this product? Because damn, that was good. Today's drink of choice, Boylan soda. Got a Shirley Temple because I am a child, and that is great. So I just wanted to start with, like I said, I want to start talking about the Vlogger Extravaganza. I have heard that Sharon at Sea Travels and Lalita Loca are both bowing out for a Vlogger Extravaganza 2.0. And I get it. I think that their points when I was listening to their lives were valid. For Sharon at Sea, I think they felt like if they're going to do a group cruise, they would much rather it be a group for them where they can really like be part of the group, as opposed to like 900 people vying for my attention as like the vlogger. It wasn't like they never got to hang out with anyone really. So which I get. I understand if you want to have a group cruise. Now, for me, I think it's more of like the like do your group cruises, but then also do this mega cruise. Just not only for like the relevancy, but just the idea that there may be a whole group of people that know nothing about you even though you're popular. I mean, you are popular. But I mean, I'll say this. I did not know much about JJ Cruz when I went on the Vlogger Extravaganza. Barely knew anything about some of, like, maybe not the large ones. Obviously, the hosts, I think we all kind of knew the hosts, but JJ Cruz, Cruz World, I didn't know anything about him, and I have been watching a lot of their videos, just like past videos and stuff. And they have a great following. I think for me personally, I definitely fall a lot into, because we do a lot of RVing and cruising, and we want to do travel. I think we run into, I have too many YouTube channels that I subscribe to that are not niche enough. They are, I'm all over the place. And so I don't have just cruise people that I watch. And so I think it kind of limits my scope of, or, my horizon is, my vision is shrunk, because I am looking for vloggers, I'm looking for cruisers, I'm looking for RVers, I'm looking for international travelers, I'm looking for more than just cruising. When I look at tech, I mean, I'm a big tech guy. I follow a ton of tech stuff, so I'm always trying to see what's the cutting edge of cameras and things like that, and stuff like that. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I totally agree. I'm really glad that we were able to go on this one, just being the first one for sure. And I think that there will be other people to take their places. So I don't think it's gonna be lacking in any sense. Um, and I definitely think that whenever the 2 comes out, I definitely wanna be a part of it. Yeah, it's funny that we met in cruising, but we're both RVers, like full-time RVers and part-time cruising, yet we met through cruising. Yeah, exactly. That's and that's what I mean. I think that that was something that I experienced a lot on this vloggers extravaganza, was the fact that everyone was here because they love cruising. But then there was always some sort of anecdotal story about, oh, URV, oh, my grandparents do that, oh, my parents do that, oh, my sister's getting into it, oh, my cousin lives in a van down by the river, like all of them. There's a story that relates to that, so I think it's really fun, that we all. Okay, cool, Blaine, thanks, I really do appreciate that, man. I'm definitely going to look into that. um, so yeah, I think that the vlogger extravaganza was great. I slaved over those videos. I hope that they were fun. Like, I think they're funny. I think they were pretty good. I definitely had a lot of late nights trying to get those out. And I think, well, you have to remember that we are leaving on the celebration. We're going to Miami on Saturday. We leave Sunday. We don't come back to the following Sunday. So I'm kind of like out of pocket for, 8, 9 days. And that's crucial time for posting. And so it's like, look, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to get all of these videos out before we leave for our celebration cruise. And so I pushed as hard as I could, and today was the last video. I may still do like a kind of like the live was last week, but maybe more like, I don't know, probably more precise and like developed, thought out, scripted type of video that just kind of goes over what I felt about the Norwegian experience and the vlogger experience. Thanks. Yeah. PMB says I killed it. I murdered it. I just murked it. Just walked up behind it, shanked it, just in the lower ribs between the third and fourth. Anyways, cruising with Closars. Rob's editing and clean storytelling are goals. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I do really appreciate that. If only I had the subscriber base that y'all did. that would be awesome. No, so I think I may do one more video that'll be like a my thoughts on Norwegian and etc. But as far as like the vlogs, they're done. That was really, really fun. We are going to go back to the camping stuff, and we're going to finish up with that. And then I have the Meraviglia that we were on in December. That one was like a heavy family cruise. So that one I think is going to be more of a concise. We're losing power up here. Gotta go. You're doing fantastic. Jeez. All right. Stay safe, boys. Love you guys. And hearts. Oh, that's a terrible heart. Oh my God. Oh, don't look at that. Never mind. Be safe, guys. All right, let's see. Blaine's got a question. Would you rather go on something like Royal Caribbean or Carnival versus Norwegian for 2.0? Yes. So I would say I have a pin in my side for Royal. I've never done a Royal, and so it's not fair for me to have that pain in my side from them. But every time I look at Royal, the price of the ticket to get on the ship is not cheap. And then everything else costs money. And so it's literally like, what are you paying for? It's not inclusive in any way, shape, or form. You're barely squeaking by on getting on the ship for a price. Yes, you have your main dining room, etc., but all of the good things are locked behind a paywall. You want to do this, you got to pay for it. You want to do that, you got to pay for it. You want to. They may have tons of stuff to do, but it's all at a cost, and I really don't like that. I'm not going to say I would never do a Royal because, again, can't knock it till you try it. Except cocaine, don't do that. And I would say that I would get on a Royal. I would prefer a Carnival over a Norwegian, just because there was a lot of party people, and the party people were not on the Norwegian class. So that wasn't great. Gailers, Rob, you did a great job with the videos. We are cruisers, but have been following you as an RVer. Didn't know you were a cruiser. Yes, absolutely. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate those kind words. Idea of the Oasis or Odyssey of the Seas, but just me. Last Royal I did was in 2003. Things have probably changed. Yeah, I don't think the XL class would be good for 2.0 because there would be way too many people. I honestly, if I would, I don't know, like I really like the Magic or the Breeze, somewhere like in that mid range for Carnival. I think that would be a perfect ship for a big group cruise because they have a lot of spaces that can fit a lot of people. I really do think that that would be like a good fit. But I would do Royal, and I would do Norwegian again. I don't have. There was a lot of people complaining about Norwegian. I didn't really have any issues with Norwegian. They did, there was a whole Watergate thing. We were supposed to get 6 things of water in everyone's rooms, but then by the time we all booked, some of us had booked before that expired, and then some of us booked after it expired, but it was technically supposed to be for all of the bookings regardless of when the special was going on, because it was kind of like, hey, you're part of the group cruise, you get it. And then no one got it, and everyone was like, we don't have it. And then everyone was like, we should have it. And then everyone was like, well, it was too late. And then everyone's like, that's not what we were told. So it became this, that's why it's called Watergate, became this issue. Now, we all did get water at the end. I had already bought 6 liters of water because I didn't know anything about the water. So I already had 6, and they brought 6 more. And I was like, oh my God, I have to. So I'm like 90% alkaline water right now because I didn't want it to go to waste, which is cool. But yeah, I'm all for having it on Carnival as well. And I don't know, there's a lot of other cruise lines, but they're a little too bougie for group cruising, I think. I don't think you would do well on a big group cruise on some of the more fancy lines, if you will. But yeah, I would think that I didn't mind Norwegian. The food was really good. I loved O'Sheehan's. And I think that's such a great, 24-hour type food venue thing. I think that was a great idea. And I would wish that on every ship. Like honestly, I really do wish that was the favorite. Been on the Horizon. Horizon's our favorite ship. Yeah, yeah. Um, there's a couple of Carnival ships that I really enjoy. I am super stoked for this celebration. I know it's kind of old news for a lot of people now, but like, I'm not bougie. I don't get invited to the media events and stuff. I'm just small potatoes over here, but I am so looking forward to it. My father-in-law is he's a die-hard Guy's Burger joint. Like first thing every time get on a Carnival ship, it's got to be a Guy's Burger. And the first time they went on the Mardi Gras, he was like, "Man, Shaq's chicken is so good." I went and I was like, "What? What did you say? Blasphemy! Did you just spit in Guy Fieri's face? Did you just do a 180 before you got to Flavortown? Absolutely not." And he was like, "It's so good. The chicken is so good." I was like, "All right." So I finally, after years, I'm finally gonna get to try the Shaq's Big Chicken. I'm excited about that. You will love Chris Williams. Tell him we said hello. He was our first interview during pandemic when we started our channel. Nice. So that's the Flying Scotsman, and I have never had him. I've heard amazing things about him, and I am a sucker for an Irish, Scottish, Wales accent. I am an absolute sucker for that. Like, Braveheart. God, take me to town. I'll just whatever you say, I will do. Just you inspire. I will. The Knights Templar in me just wants to come right out when I start hearing someone talking in any sort of Scottish or Irish accent. When we went to Ireland for our honeymoon, I was in absolute heaven. Yeah, his one man show, I've heard it is so awesome. I'm so stoked. Big Chicken, yes, 3 hearts. Here's my ugly heart. 3 ugly hearts for Big Chicken. I'm so excited about that. And all the other food. I am really excited about the food. As you could tell, I'm a big guy like myself. Love a bit of grub. Um, I think that a lot of people tell me that the XL class is unlike any other carnival that I've been on, and I'm really looking forward to that. So, um, yeah. So let's wrap up on the vloggers extravaganza. I think that I would definitely do 2.0. I don't care what ship it's on. I really don't. If it was on Norwegian, I would still do it. I really don't care. A cruise ship is a cruise ship. And I would not bat an eye if it was on Bahamas Paradise. I really don't care. Like whatever, I'll be there. And I would hope that a lot of the people that we met, and honestly, I met so many cool creators that I'm like, can I come to your house and hang out with you? Like, can we go on a cruise? Can we do a group cruise of just you and me? Like, can we be the group, you and me? Because like I don't need other people. I really enjoyed like P&B. Obviously, we're like best buds now. Arc Adventures were super super cool. Beach Please was awesome. Nautical Nurse Nancy killing it. J Rock's Cruise, they were hilarious. Their vlogs have been cutting me up. Let's see who else. Cruise World was so awesome. Like just watching his videos now, I'm like, boy, I was standing in the presence of greatness and did not know it. They freak out when they show up at your house. Yeah, I mean, I know where you live. I'm gonna come find you. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So many great friends. Yeah, there just were a ton of vloggers. Like I'm finding people even now that like I I don't know that they were even on the list. So like I went through the list and started kind of from the top going down. Obviously the tops were your like hosts and everything. And I started going down the list and was just kind of stumbling across, excuse me, a couple of people that like obviously Para DJ and Nautical Nurse Nancy and some of like the more common names, but I ran across people like the Hoovers on the Move. I was watching some of their stuff. Huddle Adventures. I'm so sad I never got to like hang out with them per se. We had a couple of good conversations before we got on this ship. And then every so often we'd kind of like walk by them or like, give a nod and a wave type thing. But we never actually like got to sit down and talk. And I really, really wish that we had. They seem like such great people. And I know one day we should do like a mid-grade, like, like a Vloggers Extravaganza 1.5, where it's like not quite hosted by titans of the industry, hosted by like mediocre, like middlemen, people that are okay in the industry, not the titans, just like middle management. Can we have a middle management Vloggers Extravaganza? That'd be so fun. Yeah, on the celebration. Yeah, there was quite a lot of people that were really hitting the celebration right when it first came out. And Arc Adventures, they did a whole series that I've been watching. The bottom tier bash. I wouldn't say the bottom tier, just mid tier, middle management. Come on, don't sell yourself short there, bud. Yeah, that would be really funny. And then people would be like, "Hey, we're here for the group cruise. Who are you?" I'd be like, "Exactly. We have a Disney Springs meetup. That'd be sick." So we've actually talked. We're thinking. So my daughter, her birthday is March 5th, and she'll be 3. And we're thinking, because we're going to be gone next year, we're hoping we'll be out west next year, 2024. And then 2025 for her 5th birthday, we're going to be back over east side. We want to stay in Fort Wilderness for the week and do a ton of Disney stuff for her 5th birthday. I think that would be sick, like so sick. Because then she's like old enough to like ride rides, because that's the thing is like right now I don't even think she's tall enough to ride any of the rides. So both of your subscribers, if I was to host a group, I was hope that both of my subscribers, I would definitely show up, bud. I would be there. I would be the first one to sign up for sure. So good. True story. About 50% of the people we talk to think that we are either JJ Cruise or Cruising with Ben and David. We just smile and nod our heads and appreciate. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Tripping with Dre and Michelle. What's up, everybody? What's up, guys? Yeah. Go on the celebration again just to try it again since it was new when we were on it. Lots of kinks when we were on it, but it should be fine now. Yeah, I definitely feel like I've always been a proponent of never buy anything first generation, whether that be cars, cell phones, whatever, just because I do always feel like it's, yeah, especially that inaugural sailing. Y'all going out to Quartzsite. Everybody talks about Quartzsite, and I have no idea what is up with Quartzsite. Like, why does everybody go to Quartzsite? Like, I get that it's pretty, but is that it? We are going to be wintering December, January, February of 2023 into 2024 in Camp Verde, Arizona. So about an hour, just over an hour north of Phoenix, I believe. So we're going to be there, like I said, December, January, February 2023 into 2024. So we'll probably be coming down California November, and then we'll spend November into December around that area, and then we have our spot in. They have a huge RV gathering. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. January is a huge RV van life events out there. I've never been, but lots of boondocking. People are out there year round though. True. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. JJ Cruz did say they get mistaken for Benedict. They also said that they get told that it's so cool that they do things as brothers. But Trippin, we are actually going on the celebration this weekend. We leave the 25th. Or no, 26th. Sunday. To the following Sunday. Yeah. Hardly wait for all the icon on the season auto sailing talk. Yeah, seriously. And everyone's everyone's talking this big game about the icon and how cool it's going to be and all this stuff. Oh my gosh, every cruise ship that I see that's bigger and bigger and bigger has more things that are going to cost more money, and everyone is just absolutely applauding the death of the all-inclusive cruise, and it kills me. It kills me. Absolutely cool. Yeah, we're on the celebration March 19th. Nice. So like 2 weeks after us, I will make sure that it is prepared well for you guys. We will just watch people talk about the icon. We will not be there or the Jubilee, or at least in the first couple years. Yeah, I think so. Katie and I have talked a lot about kind of what we want to do over the next 2 years, because obviously, I say obviously, this is more of a cruise conversation currently, but we'll talk about RVing a little bit. So we are full-time RVers. I'm currently sitting in my fifth wheel on the lot that we have in Florida, where we are currently wintering. We traveled all of half of last year from about June, July to December. We did a whole Northeast road trip, did all the New England states and everything, and had an absolute blast. And then this upcoming May, we're going to head out west. We plan to be out west from May of 23 till the fall of 24. So we're going to winter 2023 into 2024, and then stay out west 2024. And then probably the fall of 2024, we'll head back east, where we will probably park up in Tennessee for a while, because we think we want to move to Tennessee full time and then like get a house and get a place settled in. And then from there, we'll probably do a bit more cruising, just because driving your house around and parking it at ports and things is very, very expensive. So we're probably not going to do that. I think we're probably going to wait until we're a little bit closer to, I don't know what you want to call it, till we buy our sticks and bricks. And then we'll go ahead and chill. Oh, let's see here. All right. Yeah, the icons prices are crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. And I think there will always be a need for smaller ships, because Jacksonville, Tampa, and I know there's a couple of others that you go under a bridge, and so you have a couple of things that you like, a couple of stipulations. You can't be taller or wider than XYZ, because to get out of the port and out of the channel, you have to go under a bridge. Same thing with like the Panama Canal. Like we've reached maximum width to be able to go through the Panama Canal, so we can't make any more ships that are going to go through the Panama Canal wider. And so I think there's like at some point you get to a point where you go, okay, I know that we want a lot of money. We got to stop building ships with 9,000 people capacity, unless we're going to build a ship city. Then I really think we need to calm down on the size. I really like Baltimore. You're saying Baltimore, you have to go under a bridge. Yeah. So it's one of those things where I think that they have their place. The big cruise ships have their place. But like you can't do Mediterranean stuff with a giant cruise ship just because they can't fit. So I think you're always going to have a need for smaller ships, and the smaller ships are not going to have all the fancy bells and whistles, which I'm okay with. I am a person that likes to do a whole lot of nothing on a cruise. I don't need to go do rock climbing or, zip lining or physical activity things. It's one of those things where I really do enjoy the relaxing side of cruising, the do nothing side of cruising. I like that you can do everything if you want, but I'm really more of a do nothing type cruiser. Um, on those new ships, you have to pack a lunch for the journey to the MDR. That's the truth, man. That is the absolute truth. Love, thank you for a great job on your LCL. Great job. Want to get with you before the end of the cruise about the 360 cam. Yeah. Yep. Watch them all. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you guys very much. I really do appreciate those kind words. Yeah, if you have questions about the 360 camera stuff, yeah, I would love to answer any questions anybody has about any sort of tech or what I use to film or edit or whatever. I would love. Literally want nothing more than to answer those questions. If y'all are near Roswell, New Mexico, looking for a campground, we have some friends who own one there and well worth it. Yeah. So we're probably going to do New Mexico after like spring 2024. So it'll be a while, but yes, absolutely. We will be going through New Mexico. A wealth of tech knowledge. That is the truth. I absolutely adore technology and love talking about it. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of my Shirley Temple. Animal crackers in my soup. Okay, so let's move on to straight up celebration talk. We talked a little bit about the food. I'm really excited about like Shaq's Big Chicken and stuff, but I'm also excited to try. There is what do they call the like food? I just had it and I forgot what it was called. But it's basically like these little stations where they have the food. It's like a food truck type thing on the celebration of the Mardi Gras. I don't know what that's called, but I'm super looking forward to that. Having like all the different variations of things. Yeah. Okay. So since you asked, and people might be curious, what software do you use for your editing? So I use a program called Shotcut. 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 It is a free software. It has some bells and whistles. Not all. Street Eats. Yes. Thank you. Street Eats. That's what it's called. That's definitely, I'm really excited about that. So Shotcut has some really great tools. If you've watched my videos, you can see that I have some fancy schmancy things. I think if there's any time I want to do anything super fancy, I do it in Canva, which is where I do my thumbnails. And then I move it over to Shotcut. So I can do some fancy text and editing in Canva in a short form. Like for example, when I did Chakanab, I went to Chakanab and they have this big "Welcome to Chakanab" sign, and I went under it and I said "Welcome to Chakanab," and then I like looked down, and then I started singing the theme song to Jurassic Park, and then I put some little dinosaurs kind of crossing at the bottom of that video. It wasn't great. It wasn't super well edited. But I did that in Canva and then moved that over to Shotcut and dropped that one clip into Shotcut. So Shotcut may have the ability to do stuff like that, but I haven't dived that deep into some of those like heavy edit type things. Because we are not monetized, I have a really hard time paying for a program like Final Cut Pro or Premiere Pro or something like that, that costs a big money. But I can spend a little money on Canva. I could spend some money on what's it called? Epidemic Sound. So I get my music from Epidemic Sound. I do my thumbnails through Canva. I edit my videos through Shotcut. I have a very cheap $20 found at Walmart clearance rack microphone for doing voiceovers and things. This is a gaming headset. I do have a microphone here, but I don't like using that as well. But yeah, so I use a lot of free stuff just because they're really easy to use from the get-go, and they don't cost anything. Shacks and Emeralds were our favorites. So there's a really interesting thing. We because we chose the Anytime Dining, we get a couple of like specialty restaurants for free. And I think that's because we're on an inaugural sailing thing. And I think it's because they're trying to mitigate risk of having too many people in the main dining room at one time, which I noticed a lot on Norwegian on the Breakaway. It's the 3 main dining rooms was still not enough to house everyone. And so I think that that's what I'm noticing is cruise ships are having more places to eat with less seating so that less people go to the main dining room because it's always busy and swing for the specialty dining because it's less busy and has better food. Because if you have a steakhouse, that's where your good steak is going to be. If you have a seafood joint, that's where you're going to get lobster. There was no lobster on the Norwegian Breakaway for free. If you wanted lobster, you had to pay for it. Even if you had a dining package, it was still an upcharge. And I really hate that we're locking the thing that I loved about cruising behind a paywall. And that's not every cruise line, but it's going in that direction. Okay. And I hope that this is only temporary and that we go back to the way things were before, where we just have so many things that were included. But I highly doubt that. I absolutely doubt that we are going to see a cheaper cruise with tons and tons of things included. But the escargot and the ox tongue and frog legs and the just all the things that are so weird and exciting that people would talk about. Like, I tried this for the first time. I would never pay for that, but since it was on the menu, I tried it and it was so good and I loved it and blah blah blah. And it's like, that stuff's going away. Okay, all that stuff is going away, and people are applauding it because they think that a giant cruise ship with 9,000 people is somehow better than a small intimate cruise ship with staff that can adequately handle the amount of people that are on this ship. I mean, one of the biggest complaints I've seen since we've gone back to cruising is everyone's understaffed. So let's make huge ships so that we have to understaff even more. I don't know. I feel like we need to dial back and slow down on a few things, but that's just my opinion. And I'm a fat guy from Florida, so it does not matter. Absolutely does not matter. Yeah. So P&B is awesome. Blaine, you and Mallory seem awesome. So I'm assuming that you guys would get together really, really well. I'm going to be probably swinging by P&B's place on our way up because we're kind of going to go northwest up through Wyoming into Montana and then up across into Banff, Canada. And on our way up, we've been talking about swinging by Patrick and Becca's and spending some time over there. And that'd be pretty cool. I need to we had some transmission problems with our truck, and so we kind of put planning on hold till we knew the transmission was all good and everything was fine and it all worked out, and we have the truck back now as of a couple of days ago, and it is smooth. But hey, Mom's in the chat. Hi, Mom. Go west, young man. That's a song, I think. Oh, sure, South Dakota. It's a cold one up there in Fargo, South Dakota, eh? Yeah. So Montana, South Dakota, near the top. Yeah, that's what we want to do. And then Katie's got some family over in Washington, so that's kind of where we're like going up and over, and then gonna spend some time in Washington, circling around Mount Rainier for a while, and then south through California, where everything is very expensive. But yeah, I think if you're doing stakeouts, it's hard to see and you will not see a sign. I barely saw a podium. I saw it closer. Another good one was Rudis. If you do the Rudis, I would do near Sunset outside deck. Okay, interesting. Rudy, what is that? Rudy Giuliani's or something? Who dat? I don't know much about these fancy chefs. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Okay, who wants to see Madison? Because I want to see Madison. Let's see what they're doing. Oh, Dad's here too. Hey, Dad. All right. I hear them. I hear them stirring. Hi, Bubba. Do you want to come say hi to your friends? Come here.
Hello.
Can you sit right here? So Patrick and Becca said they wanted to see you. See, they say, I do. They want to see you. Say hi, Patrick and Becca.
Hi, Patrick and Becca.
Here, can you come sit next to me? Here.
Hi, Patrick and Becca.
There we go.
Hi, Patrick and Becca.
Oh, Becca says you look beautiful. It's the bedhead hair. The curly cues.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Becca. See you, Becca.
Thank you, Becca.
Thank you, Becca.
Yeah. When you did your Northeast tour, we watched to see how close to our area. Yeah. We're actually, so I started, now that I've, careful.
Sorry.
Now that I finished the vlogs.
That's Grandpa.
Yeah, you're right. You saw a picture of Grandma and Grandpa.
No, just Grandpa.
Just Grandpa? Yeah. Well, Grandma's right here. Yeah. Yeah. Come here.
No.
Come here.
Oh.
Okay. Go get Mommy. They were watching some, I don't know. She's been obsessed with like a couple of movies on Netflix recently. And so, boy, it is just anytime she can convince someone to turn on Netflix for. We're not a big movie family. Not recently anyways. Ever since we kind of had her, we don't really watch a lot of movies. But now she's like getting to that age where she wants to watch movies. And she'll like sit through a whole movie now, which like she used to never do. But now she's really like, I want to watch this movie and I want to watch it every day, which is pretty awesome. We love it. But anyway, so I am working on some vlogs, and I'm picking up where we left off, which is in the editing process. We're in New Jersey. In our actual vlogs that were posted, let's see, where are we? Because I have a couple of videos scheduled since we're going to be gone for the next 2 Saturdays. That one was Rhode Island and Connecticut, and then New Jersey. Yeah. Okay. And then we're working into New Jersey again. So we still have a couple of videos. I would say once we got south of West Virginia, like we went through West Virginia, and I would say right around West Virginia, and then through Kentucky, Tennessee, all that was like a really quick 2 weeks. And so I don't think there's going to be much video wise, because we had to get down for Halloween. We were going to meet up with Katie's, like her sister. They're not really blood related, but close enough. We were trying to get to their house for Halloween to celebrate Halloween with them, because they have a daughter that is like 10 days older than Madison or something like that, or 10 days younger. I can't remember which side it is. And so we really wanted to get there and spend some time with them. And so we really rushed to get down to Tennessee. And then we just spent a lot of time with family, so I didn't really record much. So I would say we probably have like 6 or 7 RV videos, and then we'll be in the MSC Mariavilla vlogs, which was December, and that's when we first were here. We haven't filmed that much when we were here, so that'll kind of catch us up time-wise, because I hate being so far away from the actual time. Like, I'd like to be maybe a month ahead or around a month, but yeah, already past Syracuse, New York. So we have a lot of family that lives in upstate New York, so we spent 5 weeks in New York to catch up with a lot of family that had never met Katie, had never met Madison. I mean, just we don't make it up there very often, because when I was working for the Ford dealer, I only got 10 days of PTO. So it was like, to go to New York for a week is half of my PTO, and you can't see everybody in a week. And so it was like, how do we try and they have a big family reunion every year. And we just couldn't do it. It just was too much for us. So we didn't go up there until just recently, which was real nice, because then we got to see like all the family and stuff. But which state would you say has been your favorite so far? Which state has the worst roads for RV? To us, it was Illinois, I think, for worst roads. Pennsylvania sucked. Pennsylvania's roads were absolutely terrible. Like, so I have a dash cam that I've had in my truck since, I don't know, 2017, 2018. And it was in my F-150. I had it in Katie's Explorer for a while, and then I have it in my F-250. It has a crash sensor, so if there is what thinks has been an accident, it will automatically lock the last 5 minutes of driving and the next 5 minutes of whatever it sees. So, because it's on a loop recording. And when we drove through Pennsylvania, the roads were so terrible, that thing went off at least 3 times, no matter where we were going or what we were doing. Doesn't matter if it was a 20-minute drive or an hour drive, because we were in Pennsylvania for like 3 weeks, I think, or 2 weeks. We kind of were in south and then north, and oh my God, nonstop. The thing would go off, beep, it would lock, the footage or whatever, which what happens is when it locks that footage, you now have less memory on the memory card. Well, if it does it, locks it, then 10 minutes later, going down the road, locks another 5 minutes, locks another 5 minutes, locks another 5 minutes. 2 weeks later, you have a full memory card and it can't loop record anything. So when you actually are in an accident, it can't do anything because there's no space left for it. So I have to empty the card of useless stuff. Now, sometimes if something actually happens, somebody cuts me off or, pushes me off the road. I kid you not, I had a Pasco County sheriff almost run me off the road when I was towing our pull behind trailer in my F-150. He came out of nowhere, just cut me off, and I swear he almost ran me off the road in my trailer just because he wasn't paying attention. And that's when you hit the button and it locks those 5 minutes. So I need to have a lot of memory for the time that I actually need to lock those 5 minutes. So yeah, so Pennsylvania roads sucked. I would say, what is my favorite state? New Hampshire. Our campsite in New Hampshire was the one that we were on the lake. It was a Yogi Bear Jellystone Park. That was beautiful, backing up to the lake. And then our site was the last one in the row right before the beach, because they had like a little public beach area. I say public for the campground. They had a little beach area there. Well, it was too cold to swim, so no one was ever there. So basically, we just had this huge campsite that was absolutely gorgeous. I would say state-wise, though, Maine for me would probably be the most beautiful. I am an absolute fangirl of lighthouses. So Maine really spoke to me in that like nautical, open ocean, cruising theme type thing. I love Maine. Everyone needs a dash cam, especially in an RV. Yes, you have nuts out there who see a nice truck, huge rig, decide they want to brake check you. Yep, absolutely. And I used to work for I swear people would actually try and run into me to get a paycheck from the company because they would try and, create an accident where they could point a finger at me for doing something wrong. And, oh, my neck, my back, you owe me money, Bill Curry, or whatever. So not a good time. That happened many times. But yeah, if you're ever on the road for any prolonged period, I think everyone should have a dash cam. Really, they're not that expensive. And like I said, I've had my dash cam since at least 2018, if not 2017. And, every day I get in the truck, it turns on automatically and I forget it's there. But it's one of those safety things that when I need it, I'm going to need it. Yeah. My son goes to University of New Hampshire and we have a summer house right near Nubble Lighthouse. Oh, I love lighthouses. They're so sexy. I don't know what it is. Just like that, like pillar of strength of what a lighthouse stands for. And like, I don't know. It's just, God, they're so beautiful. Love it. Cool. Well, that brings us to about an hour. Babe, do you want to come say anything? It's funny. It's like I'm yelling across the house, but really she's like 20 feet that way. It's a straight shot. It's like 200 square foot. It's really not that serious. Cape Cod. So we actually talked about going out to Cape Cod. Unfortunately, we were trying to, I don't know what we were up against something. I can't remember whether it was a conference for her to go to or something like that, but there was something that we couldn't go all the way out to Cape Cod, although we really wanted to. Okay. I think they're really deep in whatever they're doing. Okay. They're watching. Okay, I can hear it now. They're watching Over the Moon. Yeah, that's something that's like the movie that has been playing in our house nonstop is Over the Moon. If you do, contact me and KG2 Mom. Yeah, absolutely, I will. I'll write that down. if we go out to Cape Cod, we're going to come see you guys. Cape Cod. Cool. Awesome. Good thing about living in full-time. Less than an hour to clean it. Keep up with cleaning. Does get messy like a house. Absolutely. The only problem I have is Madison loves to play outside in the dirt, and we have a pretty good spot here. Like our campsite here is pretty large for campsites. And so she just loves to play in the dirt, and she just brings it all in all the time. And so that's probably the biggest thing that we deal with is because there's 3 of us in such a small space, it does get dirtier quicker. But for the most part, I think we're pretty good. Nice. Her family has Nubble Light, and my family has a place in Buzzards Bay at the beginning of Cape Cod. Awesome. That's so cool. So cool. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap up the live here. Thank you guys for joining in. This has been quite a fun time. If you do guys have any questions or comments, whatever, please reach out to me, whether on a comment on a video or find me on, Facebook or Instagram, heretoday.wheretomorrow. Do not hesitate to reach out to me and ask me every stupid question you can come up with. I love talking cameras, gear, equipment, technology, anything. You want to talk electric cars? Let's go. Whatever. I don't care. I love anything tech. I would love to talk about. Yes. So great to see you again. Hope you have a blast on the cruise. I will not be here next week. We will not be doing a formal live. I don't know what the internet is like on the celebration. I don't know if it's enough to do any sort of streaming or live or anything like that. So I probably won't, but I will be posting a lot. So absolutely. Yeah. Can we talk about, it's got to be your bowl. It's got to be your bowl for sure. But yeah, so I definitely will be posting a lot on social media. Again, follow us on Instagram, heretoday.wheretomorrow, because I'm going to post a ton of stuff about the celebration, and I want to try something different. I'm going to be filming a lot in 360, which I film a lot in 360 as it is, but then I'm actually going to post in 360 as well. So stay tuned for all that. I think that'll be pretty cool just to be able to, for those that can't be, let's let them experience it. So do you want to come say bye?
No.
You don't want to say bye? Everybody wants to say bye to you.
Bye, Patrick and Becca.
There, come on. There. Okay,
Bye, Patrick and Becca.
say bye, guys.
Bye, Patrick and Becca.
Not just Patrick and Becca. There's other people here too. Hey, bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See, they said bye, Madison. Can you wave? Can you blow them kisses?
No.
Can you give them a high five? Ow. All right. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Be safe. I'm Rob from Here Today, Where Tomorrow, and we'll see you there. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.